Last year, for the first time since we started measuring poverty, 2/3 of the people in this country who were in poverty were also in work, which is unprecedented. It's always previously been people who've been unemployed, who've been long-term ill. Those have been the people who haven't had enough to get by. But now, for the first time, having a job is no longer a guarantee of escaping poverty, of building a good life. In researching the book, I spent some time in Stoke with a couple of kids, 18-year-old, bright, smart kids who wanted to get on, who were working for a month, 2 months at a time, being lied to by their employers. Yeah, you can have a full-time job if you impress and improve. And who were getting texts at 6 o'clock in the morning saying, we need you today, or getting sent home halfway through a shift and not paid. Their anger was not so much at the fundamental nature of their position, but the fact that they were being lied to, the fact that people offered them, in theory, the idea of a job, but really, in fact, no one intended to employ them any longer than the minute that they were no longer needed. And similarly, there was a woman in Peckham who was a teacher. She'd been employed by a school that was looking after SEN pupils, which was managing money from Essex County Council. It owned a teaching employment agency that she was employed by directly, so she thought she was employed by the agency that was owned by the school. And then as her payslip started to arrive, she found there was yet a third company, an umbrella company in between, that was all, at every stage, little bits of her money were being taken away. So the money that Essex County Council had for kids, 3 separate companies took their take before it got to this woman, and her contract was short-term, and her relationship with her employer was very poor. There's no way that if you have jobs like that, you can feel engaged in your career, in your society. You don't feel part of anything. You're struggling to get by every minute. And the work that you do, instead of being something that you're proud of or something that you can build, it just becomes a bitter, bitter struggle.